Hi, good afternoon po to everyone. Welcome to our Cell Saturdays, Understanding and Developing Social Emotional Learning. So I am Dr. Sheila Marie Sheikh Guevara Hoxon, and I will be your somewhat a co-parent for today, and of course a co-professional for today, and of course a co-educator. So thank you so much to the Rex Bookstore family for inviting me over, and this is in collaboration with my families as well, the Far Eastern University, the Far Eastern University Guidance and Counseling, and University Peer Counselors, of course the Heads Up PH, and the Unilab Foundation. So maraming salamat po for tuning over for this afternoon. Okay, nakakain na ho ba kayo? I do hope that you have a great day as we start with Rex Bookstore. Kanina pong umaga we had some training about technology, and for this afternoon we'll be talking about the life of the youth. Of course, it will also talk about the life of the family. Okay, so are you ready to sit back, relax, no? And I'll take charge of your afternoon. Okay? So one of the tasks that I'm going to also provide you for this afternoon is ipakilala po yung aking sarili. Okay? So you can call me Shake, or my full they call me Sheikh Guevara, okay? Or they call me Sheikh Guevara Hoxon, and I'm the past president of the PRC, Accredited Integrated Professional Organization for guidance counselors in the country, and that is what they call the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association. Okay? And because of my past role as the president, I was also the former branch leader for the American Counseling Association, and of course the member of the Professional Regulation Commission for continuing professional development. Okay? And I am also currently the guidance director, monitoring all the guidance programs of Far Eastern University, Manila and Makati. I am the mental health consultant now of the Rex the Unilab Foundation through the Heads Up PH program. And of course, why am I here? I'm also the consultant and author of My Career Journey of the Rex publication. We are offering the book from grade 7 to 10. And of course, aside from that, I'm also a parent now. And I'm also an advocate for anti-bullying, career development, well-being, the holistic development of the people, family, marriage, life, and child protection. And I'm also a registered counselor and psychologist and teacher and psychometrician. So if you have questions for this afternoon, okay, you can definitely go to the comment section and kindly also participate with our simple activities through the Rex comment section there. And I do hope that for this afternoon, we also use the hashtag Rexcel Saturdays. And of course, you can also go for my hashtag Shake Adventures. And this is a very hot topic for this afternoon po, no? Okay. And our topic for this afternoon is all about social emotional learning. No? So sometimes we tend to wonder, minsan we tend to have millennial blaming or digital natives blaming na minsan ho nakakasakit, that sometimes we ask the digital natives of the day why they are behaving like that. No? And we tend to be guilty about millennial blaming po ang tawag dyan. And of course, masakit ho sa mga kabataan at mga youth ngayon yan, children, youth, college students, no? Na sinasabihan ho natin sila ngayon. Kasi kala natin lahat ito ay rooted, no? On their environment, okay? On their family background. But sometimes there's also a question about social emotional learning. It's their ability to handle their emotions in the right situation, okay, in the right venue, okay, and in the right manner. So pag-uusapan ho natin ngayon yan. Okay? Excited na ho ba kayo? Okay? So kindly put it in the comment section kung excited na ho ba kayo. Okay? And our Activity for today will be on rationale. I will be discussing a little about rationale, the agreement that we have for this afternoon, what are social emotional skills, being a well-educated person in the 21st century. Importante po na meron tayong social emotional learning. So hi to my brother Tom Marino, yeah, Glyza Enriquez, Angel, and to all those watching. Why cell is important, especially in these changing and challenging times of pandemic, and how to develop the social emotional learning in a practical and of course in an evidence-based manner. Okay, so thank you also to Kathy for watching. And the rationale that we have for this afternoon is in partnership with my family's Rex, FEU, and Unila Foundation, we are all for the welfare of the youth, the family, the schools, the community, and our country. And we'll be talking about, para hindi sumakit ang ulo natin, we'll be talking about psychological well-being of our students, the teachers, the administrators, the staff, no? Our family, our community, and the people that we work and serve with. And pag nahit ho natin ang social-emotional learning, which is one of the somewhat the root problems why there are some people behaving like that hindi natin sila maintindihan, no? Because sometimes it is really rooted from social emotional learning. And we are advocating for the whole child education. Wala hong naiiwan sa Rex Bookstore. So kapag nagka-problema hong isang bata, ito ho ay problema ng lahat. And of course, we are all for para sa Diyos, para sa bata, at para sa bayan. So hi also to Casey, to Angeli, no, who are watching. Okay, all my friends in FEU, UST, KZ, Jane. Okay, and with the increasing number of the of mental health problems, no, sa Department of Health po, no. So pag hindi ho talaga natin alagaan yung social emotional learning, definitely mental health problems will arise. No? Suicide will be increasing. And nakakalungkot ho in the research no, of the WHO, napakarami ho ngayon, especially the children of youth, adolescent are increasing 20%. No? Mas marami pa ho siya sa COVID. And we are for the preventive, proactive, and accountable implementation of the social emotional learning integrated programs at home, schools, community. And pag naayos unit natin ito, which is napakalaki yung trabaho, pero kakayanin nating lahat. No? And it's definitely for our country and even for our leaders in our country. So everything starts. This is my little family. I have 2 kids. We are not a perfect family. Nagkakamali din ho kami. And minsan ho, may mga tantrums din yung mga anak ko. And of course, as parents as well. But always remember that everything starts with the family, which is the first nourishing environment of the social emotional learning. And always believe that definitely family is always a gift. So to all our co-parents, co-guardians, no, and the second parents, educators, our co-counselors, co-psychologists, co-mentors, no, that we are the absolute truth of our digital native children. No? So ang mga anak ko po ay mga alpha gen. No? So ang mga bata po na 0 to 10 years old are considered the alpha gen according to the study of David Berkowitz. And more than that, usually 10 to 22 years old. In other books, 23 are the Gen Zs. And the 23 and above, no, or the young professionals that we have are usually what they call the Y Gen or the millennial generation. And kailangan ho natin din i-integrate ang alpha generation, Gen Zs, and Y Gen also in our curriculums, our curricula, our program in our company, even in our community and our country. So, sabi ko sa mga pag-aaral, no, hi also to Dr. Estrella, one of my moms, Hovencio and Aimee, and all the people watching. Always remember that love among the digital natives. Ito po yung isa sa quality connection and quality time. And one of my agreements with you for this afternoon is positive lang ho tayo, no? Buksan lang ho natin yung isip natin at ang puso natin para ho tayo makakinig at matuto, okay? At maniwala na tayo liwanag ng ating mga anak. I also to Ma'am Gladys, no? To Ma'am Maylene, all those people waving, Ma'am Rika, no? So sana ho positive tayo at open tayo sa hapong ito. And ang importante rin ho natin dapat gawin is I do hope that we also have the humility as a whole, intellectual humility and professional humility as well. So basahin nga ho natin ito. No? Know that you need the help of others and know that you don't know everything. So paggawa ho ng mga programa ngayon, no? Importante ho talaga na ang iba't ibang disiplina ay magtulungan. Hindi lang ho mga teachers, hindi lang ho leader ng government or companies, but we have to integrate counselor, psychologists, no? Para mas makabuo tayo ng mga cell programs and well-being programs. No? And ito po ay multi-sectoral din, kaya ho kahapon ay nandun din ho ako sa isang DepEd meeting to help through the Unilab Foundation, no? Because we need the help of each other for multi-sectoral approach. All systems level, no? Lahat po tayo ay dapat may malasakit at accountability. Hi to Sir Mark, to Ma'am Linda, to Ma'am Edva, Erna, and Aimee. And we are all, no? Lahat po tayo na nakikinig ngayon, we are all for the well-being of the youth, the family, the school, the community. At dahil ho, pag na-target natin ang cell, definitely we will have a better country and better leaders as well. So this is the anchor of the webinar that we'll have. Hi also to Ma'am Cynthia. Okay, so this is what they call the CASEL framework. And when you talk about CASEL, it's all about collaborative for academic, social, and emotional learning. At ito po ay nagsasabi na importante ho ngayon sa pag nagkakaroon ho tayo ng problema, importante ho talaga yung self-awareness. I-claim ho natin yung mga problems natin, no? Para mas masolve ho natin siya. Hi also to Kat, to Ma'am Cynthia, to Ma'am Larissa. Of course, the counselor of my kid, of course, Ma'am Lina, okay? Ma'am Amabel. So ito po yun, self-management, the ability to also have the intrinsic motivation, hindi lang ho external motivation na pera-pera, but also intrinsic motivation, optimism. Of course, we have to also properly decide by knowing the pros and cons of our actions. That's why we have what they call the consequential thinking. Hindi ho laging sige ng sige at magagalit kagad, no? We also have what they call the relationship skills, the ability to have positive connection, okay? And of course, social awareness. Lahat po ng mga nangyayari ngayon, marami hong mga hindi magandang nangyayari ngayon, and I do hope that we are socially aware, no? At kilalanin ho natin yung mga tao at leaders natin, okay? So, of course, the foundation of this is also anchored with the whole child education that Rex is also advocating. At kung nakikita niyo ho, this is what we call all systems, that you have to have better counseling programs, physical environment, family engagement, curriculum that we have, no, the health education, the physical, the nutrition. And isa ho sa big chunk yan is what we call the social and emotional climate. No? So it's not only emanating from the family, but the teachers as well, the counselors, our bosses, our employees, no? And of course, there's policy, there's process, and there's application. In order for us to have a high cell children and participants, no, to have a healthy, safe, challenge, supported, and engaged children, the youth, and of course, college students and employees and leaders as well. And we are all for the holistic well-being of all school stakeholders and even the stakeholders of our family, okay? The stakeholders of our community and our country. Okay? Hi, Ma'am Erna. Okay, to all the people watching, Ma'am Net. So we'll have a little activity. Punta ho tayo sa assessment. No? Imagine a problematic student in front of you. Okay? And siya po ay lack sleep. Lagi ho siyang walang tulog. No? At ito po ay may tendency na mambully. Lagi ho nakikipag-away. Mainit ho ang ulo. Cannot control their anger. No? Hindi lang nakapagtelepono, umiinit na kagad ang ulo, impatient, mga nagkipag-away sa grocery, no? Addicted to online games, no? Lack of empathy. So hindi ho marunong ng feeling the feelings, especially the poor people that we have. Addict po into gaming and social media, Fortnite, TikTok, Snapchat, no? And they also tend to have failing grade and a headache of the school and the family. So sabi ho dyan, ang mga teachers din, syempre napaka-busy rin ngayon, di natin masisisi. Ang mga parents so ay karamihan nagtatrabaho, no? And sabi ho ng bata, Dr. Mac, the only problem is that my parents, no? My parents, okay? Sinisi niya pa yung magulang niya, okay? Won't do what I tell them to do, okay? So, it is very important po, no? Okay, that the absolute truth of our children is definitely tayo ho yun, okay? Kaya pag hindi ho natin na tayo naging magandang example, definitely mababa ho ang social-emotional learning, ganyan ho ang mangyayari, no? And of course, magkakaroon ho ng problema at malaking problema ang bata, not only at home, in school, but in community. Kaya may mga bata akong nagwawala online and offline, mainitin ang ulo, and of course, it will be a chaotic world. So, one of the problems that we can identify with lack of social emotional learning is what you call the sad fishing. No? Marami yung mga bata ngayon, yung post ng post. And ang pinakamasama ho dito is, if we negatively post, no, in the study of the Independent Co, UK, mas marami hong mahahawang may mental health problem. So this is one of the signs, no, na meron hong poor social emotional learning ang kabataan. So I do hope that we respect ourselves when we post, and we also respect now the people that are being affected with our negative posts. So this is one of the signs, and that is what you call, ano ang tawag dyan? Sad fishing. It does not only affect other people, but all the people. No? So let's always be an inspiration, okay? Because importante ho, okay? There's also what they call TikTok, no? Marami ho tayo ngayon mga nagti-TikTok, no? And being addict to TikTok and other social media, gaming, etc. Of course, ano po yan? Siyempre po, it has an effect, no, in your social emotional learning. So pag nagiging addict po tayo, gaming addict, cyber addict, or social media addict, naapektuhan ho yung lack of empathy natin. Okay? Aside from TikTok, according to the study of Lifecome's skill, is a pedophile magnet and unsafe for kids. Ito rin ho, no, pag marami ho tayong hindi ho natin makontrol yung sarili natin into social media, dapat ho ang kabataan, no, is only 1 to 2 hours from 0 to 12. According to the American Pediatric Society, it's only 1 hour. Okay? Pag ito naman po ay 12 and above, usually it's only until 2 hours. No? So pag hindi ho natin makontrol yung sarili natin, this is also a sign that we have a lack of social emotional learning. Okay? That's why pag mahina ho ang control ng bata and self-regulation in different ways, no, nagkakaroon ho ng mga mental health problems. Kaya nakakalungkot that suicide, according to the Business Insider, is Gen Z's second leading cause of death. And it's the worst epidemic than any millennials face at that age. So, punta ho tayo sa comment section natin. Hi, Ma'am Lina, Ma'am Leonard, Sir Leonard, Ma'am Carla, and most of the readers. Okay? And can you post your comment in your comment box? What are the other behaviors of lack of social emotional learning? And then basahin ho natin. Sige po, ano po yung mga yan? Baka meron pa ho kayong gustong idagdag. Yung magagalitin, ano pa? Yan, basahin natin. Magagalitin, mapagmura, impulsive. No? So, sulat niyo po ito sa inyong comment section. Minsan marami ho tayong mga estudyante or youth na rin ngayon na talagang nahihirapan mag-focus sa online. No? Yan po yung problema ngayon ng DepEd at ng SHED na minsan hindi nagkakaroon ng mga computer, parang hindi nila labang online learning. No? And they cannot focus as well. Yeah, inferiority complex can also be one. So we have to really be aware. Okay? Low frustration tolerance according to Ma'am Angeli. No? So hindi po sila masyadong makabear ng pain, hindi masyadong makasustain, no? Medyo hindi po nakaka-focus, sacrifice, no? Yan po. So, makikita nyo ho yan kahit sa ating mga magulang. And sometimes we are guilty about it. Minsan nasasaktan natin ang ating mga anak. Aggressive, no? impulsive, okay? No confidence, yan. No reaction, yung parang deadma lang yung mga bata. A lot of tantrums, yan. Withdrawn, okay? Low resiliency, yan. Yung parang pag nagka-problema ka, kunyari na traffic ka lang, bad trip ka na, or bad trip ka lang sa teacher mo, okay? Can't engage into meaningful conversation, yeah? Hindi mo makausap. Fear of rejection, okay? And yeah, inaanak ko, sabi ni Ralph, no? Low resiliency, attention seeker, yan, okay? Misguided values. Importante yung sa cell, no? Yung tinatawag na character strengths. So, importante po na yung mga mahihina po sa cell is also hindi marunong magpasalamat into the simplest to the biggest blessing, lack of empathy, yung mga mayayabang, no? Tendency na may kayabangan, yeah? Yan yung apathetic, walang pakialam sa mundo, kundi sarili niya lang. No delaying gratification. Negative actions, yan. Okay? Yung if there are tendencies for bullying, violence, crime, abuses. Cyberbullying is also very rampant, no? Tsaka yun, yung tendencies to commit to school offenses and lack of focus. So maraming salamat po for all your comments. And ways for assessing SEL, hindi lang ko ito mame-measure sa eskwelahan, pero pati sa bahay, no? So one of the things that in order for you, no, si Ivy sabi low academic performance, yeah, okay, low relationship skills din, no, no meaning making, yan, karamihan ho ng mga tao ngayon nawawalan po ng meaning or purpose in life, no? So one is self-awareness, so maging aware po tayo, ano po yung mga magagandang ugali natin or attributes natin, at ano po yung mga hindi, no? So there's what they call strengths-based program. And then yung mga mahihina, of course, we also have to deal with it, no? Example, magbibigay ko tayo ng mga senaryo sa kabataan. Pwede yung itong kahit sa radio, kahit sa YouTube, nababasa ko sa news ng kabataan ngayon, no? Example, they saw a poor kid, and then what they will do, no? Or a classmate that was bullied, or yung pinsan niya na bully, no? Is it more of empathy? Okay? May na-feel ba siya doon sa kabataan na yon? Or is it more of antipathy? Wala siyang pakialam doon. Okay? Or what you call mental toughness. Okay? Kaya niya bang maging resourceful? Kaya niya bang irespeto yung mga kaklase niya, yung mga classmates niya, no? Yan, yung mga online behavior natin. Sabi dito, lahat daw po ng mga may tendency to bully offline can also be what? Have the bigger tendency to go for negative online behavior. Okay? Number 2, scoring cycle-related scenarios. Okay? So ito po yung mga post-challenging interpersonal tasks. So ito po yung mga simple simulations, okay? Sample videos, case vignette, no? Stories, comics, newspapers, and drawing. So pag meron po tayo nakikitang mga government leaders natin, explain po natin yan sa mga anak natin, no? Na hindi mo maganda yung minsan yung mga values or stand na ginagawa. At pag meron naman ho maganda, pulutin mo ng bata, no? At sa atin po ng mga eskwelahan, ang pinaka-implication ho nito is definitely what? Kailangan ho tayo ng mga real life scenario, no? Pag-usapan ho natin yung mga tunay na buhay at hindi lang ho definitely puro theory. It should also anchor with theory, pero real life scenarios po, no? Ang dapat natin pag-usapan sa bahay at sa eskwelahan para maproseso ito ng mga bata. Kasi ang kabataan ngayon ay geodesic, no? Ibig sabihin yung isip nila may iba-iba hong meaning pag hindi ho na-explain ng mga magulang at ng kabataan. Yan po yung role natin, no? To go for their values of what is right and what is wrong. And definitely, the wrong cannot be right and the right cannot be wrong. Okay? Of course, daily observation. Obserbahan ho natin mga anak natin, lalo na po as they wake up, baka bugno din sila. Yeah. So first 15 minutes when you wake up, no, is definitely you have to be positive. Okay? And kailangan din ho, the last 15 minutes, no, when you go to sleep, you are definitely with your children. Okay? So daily observations, lalo na ako sa pagkain. In the marshmallow test sa pagkain, no? Importante ho na hindi ho yung parang biglang-bigla kakain lang yung anak ninyo without praying, etc. Okay? And in the class, meron nung tinatawag na, in the classroom, there's what you call the classroom assessment scoring system. So yung iba ho ginagamit to, yung iba hindi. No? So it can also be used for cell. And of course, the cell report card. So sa mga educators naman ho ngayon, sana ho mag-engage ho tayo sa cell report card in terms of skills. No? At hindi ho pero grades lang. Kasi pag sobrang daming honor ng bata, marami yung naiiwan na walang self-esteem. Kaya ito rin ho yung nawawalan ng social emotional skills yung mga bata. Kasi parang feeling nila may favoritism. So ito po yung ginagamit na social emotional learning standards. This is a sample in Sandwich Public School. Okay? So na dapat ho, minimeasure natin yung self-awareness, no? At in-observe natin, okay? Self-management. Ano po yung mga example sa self-report card ng self-awareness? Understanding and communicating their feelings and needs, no? So self-management po, practices verbal self-control, okay? Sa social awareness, no? Recognizes the feelings of others. Pag feeling nyo, parang ang ingay-ingay nyo na, tapos hindi nyo nakikita na naiirita na pala yung mga tao sa inyo, no? So be sensitive. Or parang feeling nyo, parang minsan hindi kayo aware na nagyayabang na pala kayo. So very important yung social awareness. Relationship skills, the ability to establish and maintain healthy relationships. At hindi pwedeng sabihin mo, oy, bakla ka, o yung taba mo. Positive connections are very important. And of course, responsible decision making. Constructive and respectful choices that are win-win solution. No? So hindi po yung pag nag-decide tayo, parang laging sarili lang natin yung nagbe-benefit. Okay? So hi also to my pamangkin, Belle, na Princess Sarah, okay? Julieta, Ma'am Amir, okay? So ito naman po yung grades 3 to 5. These are also the sample report cards that you can use, no? Okay? So sana ho, pag-aralan ho natin na magkaroon din ng report card for social emotional learning in order for us to integrate it in our curriculum. Okay? Other ways for assessing SEL at home and in school is, ito po, sa eskwelahan, no? Pwede ho natin gamitin itong standardized test or what we call the Devereux Student Strength Assessment. Okay? So it's only 5 to 8 minutes for a lower level. Okay? And there's also what we call, hello to Doc Ding, bro. Doc Bro Ding of the Couples for Christ. No? So that's the DESA High School edition, no, for grades 9 to 12 naman. And this is grounded with resilience theory. Okay? So you can check that. So ano po ba talaga yung social emotional learning? Hi to Kay, to Sir Reynold Agnes, no? Irish, June, and Imelda. Ito po yung dapat ho, marunong tayo mag-respect. Isa ho sa sentence ito na pag feeling na parang nagiging bastos na yung anak niyo or bakit kaya? Tingnan din natin yung sarili natin as a parent. Okay? Empathy, yeah, the perspective of others. Hi to ate, idol, ate Lisa Kakas, no? Self-awareness, okay? The ability to collaborate, no? Baka po yung anak niyo ayaw pong makipag-group activity, okay? Hindi ho marunong makipaglaro. The self-motivation, no? Yung parang, hi to ate Chari, okay? All or none principle, yung parang, wala, bagsak na ako, no? Hindi na ako papasa. That is also a tendency for poor social emotional learning, which is a cognitive dissonance, no? All or nothing principle. Hi to my former office mate, Ruth Mercado. Social engagement, yan, yung kung ano-ano po yung mga bashing, ano po yung mga pinapost. Yan po yung lack of social emotional learning. Hi to the PGCA Tarlac family. Hi to Brotom. Identifying problems and analyzing the situation. Isa ho sa mga activities na pwede natin gawin is ipa-assess natin kung big problem or small problem bang isang scenario through simulations, through case vignette, no? So para ho hindi ho sila yung parang pressure cooker na parang feeling na napakalaki na. Okay? Bebeng Tepase, Yasmin, Ferlin, okay, hi. Ethical responsibility, okay? The right and wrong, no? And of course, the international mindedness. We have to be global citizen and we have to be inclusive sa mga LGBTQ family, no? Sa mga iba't ibang religion, okay? Iba't ibang kulay, no? Yan po yung mga pinag-iinitan natin ngayon sa politics. So when you talk about social and emotional learning in the 21st century, it is not only talking about cognitive and technical. Hindi ho puro talino lang, no? Yan ho ang kulang ng mga tao ngayon. Okay? Technical, hindi lang ho yun. Pero isa ho sa pinaka-importante ingredient. And even when I hire my counselors and my people, importante po yung social emotional learning. So AKA, ang ibang tawag ho dito ay non-cognitive skills, life or soft skills. Sa iba pong mga libro, character skills or what they call character strengths, transversarial skills. Okay? At ito po ay binubuo ng belief system, our personality traits, no? Our behavioral skills. And this is also anchored with the big 5 traits, no? Being open to experience, being conscientious, extraversion, no? How to interact with people, your interpersonal skills. Okay naman po maging extrovert, wag lang ho yung sobra, yung sobrang parang nakakairita na, okay? Yung sobrang mapapel na. Agreeableness, and of course, emotional stability. So pag nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming tendency for mental health, one of the core problem is it is rooted from lack of social emotional learning. And of course, behavior attitudes, no? How to regulate our emotions. Yan, no? Yung pag sobrang magagalitin, palamura, no? Without thinking, okay? Grit and perseverance, yan, okay? Yung pagiging resourceful po natin is also rooted from social emotional learning. Our grit, our mental toughness. Gaano tayo katindi humarap sa hamon ng buhay, okay? Of course, decision making, ourself, and our interpersonal skills. So why is cell is important, especially in these changing and challenging times? Napaka-importante ho niyan. Okay? Because marami hong pag-aaral, no? According to I've cited and I've used some of the materials of World Bank and I owe it to Level. Magaling ho yung mga ginawa niya doon. That having a social emotional learning and of course positive psychology studies, no? Seligman studies, pag mataas ho ang ating social emotional learning, okay, self-awareness, career decision making, character strengths, no? Importante ho 'yon, no? Na maganda ho ang character development ng bata. Mabait, no? And stable. And of course, yung well-being nila holistically ay definitely buong-buo. Okay? So, hindi ho tayo magkakaroon ng problema sa bahay, sa eskwelahan. And also based on the study, okay, of Heckman and Krauts, 2012, sabi po nila, no, na social-emotional skills predict educational achievement. Okay? So, pag mas mataas ho yung ating social-emotional skills, mas malaki ho yung capability na mas mataas ho yung marating ng tao. No? So, kung makikita niyo ho dito, in the blue bar, in the enrollment for higher education, isa ho sa kino-consider ngayon para mas mag-thrive ang kabataan, okay, is what you call grit, no? So pag meron daw ho tayong monetary resources, of course, importante ang pera, importante na matalino ka, pero sa isa ho sa magsusupport nun is what you call the cognitive, it's what you call the grit or what you call the mental toughness. Okay? And of course, attend university rather than technical institute. Mas marami hong nag-a-attend ngayon yung may grit, no? Okay? And of course, cognitive ability. Kasi nga ho, mahirap po ang ating bansa, no? So, minsan ho talagang walang pera. So usually they are forced to really go for technical institute. At yung iba naman talaga may interest naman ho talaga sa mga technical institute. Okay? So importante ho na may mga programa tayo for social emotional learning para po yung attrition rate ng kabataan ay makatapos at hindi ho sila mag-give up, lalo na po sa online learning natin ngayon. Sabi rin ho sa mga pag-aaral, no? Social emotional skills predict labor market outcomes. No? So isa ho sa pinaka-importanting hinahanap po, hi Sir Gilbert, pinahanap po natin ngayon, it's all aligned with social emotional skills. No? The ability to work in teams, yan po yung top 4. The ability to make decisions, the ability to communicate verbally, and the ability to plan and organize. No? So hinahanap din ho ng mga workplace ngayon, no? Yung tinatawag na self-discipline, perseverance, no? Yung minsan ho kasi parang masyadong proud sa school nila, hindi naman persevering. Okay? Or shows initiative. This is also a sign of having a high SEL. Thinks outside the box and problem solver. Okay? Learns quickly from mistakes and works well with others. Isa rin sa pag-aaral, no? According to the Acosta et al., no? From the World Bank. Okay? So I'm thankful to World Bank as well for this resource. Marami daw mga employers ngayon are reporting. Di ba lahat naman ho tayo, minsan sabihin natin, ang hirap mag-hire ng mga teachers ngayon or ng mga counselors or employees natin kasi lahat umaalis kagad, no? Walang work ethic and commitment, personal and communication skills, no? So these are also rooted from where? Ito rin po ay social emotional skills, no? So pag titingin ho ang empleyado ngayon, hindi lang ho puro talino. Of course, importante ho yung values as well, which is what they call character strength, social emotional skills, no? And what they call psychological capital, optimism, okay? Resiliency, okay? Grit, etc. And sabi rin ho dito, in the study again of Acosta et al., as watching from Bicol and Mindanao, okay? Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, maraming salamat po for joining. Sabi po nila is increase in probability for employment. Okay? So mas ma-hire po ang kabataan at ang mga new employees and old employees pag mas mataas po ang social emotional learning. Okay? There's what they call a one standard deviation difference. So yung distance niya po mas nagkakaroon po ng taas or increase, no? Okay? So in terms of extroversion, in terms of openness to experience, yung hindi prima donna, okay? Decision making, grit, agreeableness. Okay? So napakarami hong epekto, no, ng social emotional learning. So hindi lang ho sa pagiging employed, no? Hindi lang ho sa character strengths kasi marami hong mga teachers din yan at mga magulang parang sinasabi nila parang ang sasama ng mga kabataan ngayon. Hindi naman ho, mababait naman sila. Kaya lang po yung pagpapalaki natin sa bahay, yung environment natin, yung mga programa natin, and of course us. We are the absolute truth, no? Tayo po yung in all the basic parenting methods and strategies and teaching and mentoring strategies, we are the example. Kaya po importante na nararamdaman ho ng mga tao yung genuineness natin. And we walk the talk, no? The values that we have. Okay? Ma'am Samantha, okay? Watching from Canada, Ma'am Emerita, and Ma'am Veronica from Nueva Ecija. Okay? So how to develop social emotional skills? Hindi ho ito madali actually. So importante ho, lagi kong sinasabi ito kahit sa mga co-counselors ko, co-educators, at even mga magulang. It is not only the heart, no? But importante ho yung competence and knowledge. Kaya isa ho sa mga idol ko, no? Sa grit, si Angela Duckworth. No? Sa mga theories, of course, positive psychology, the power of passion and perseverance. No? Gabrielle Owittingen, rethinking positive thinking. The marshmallow test, ang SEL po ay rooted from also marshmallow test. Okay? And ang marshmallow test po, yung, di ba, yung mga kabataan na mga hindi kagad kumain ng marshmallow, sila po yung in the longitudinal study, sila po yung naging maunlad sa buhay. Okay? So it's also about mastering self-control. Okay? Mindset, no? So next Saturday po, wag kayong bibitaw, 1:30 to 2:30 again, Cell Saturdays. Mindsetting po, no? The growing and the positive, the growing and the fixed mindset. Paano ho natin manonourish yung growing mindset natin? Which is one of the factors also of social emotional skills. And of course, how to succeed, how children succeed by Paul Top. Okay? So, ito po yung mga interventions that we have for social emotional learning. And we have to go for also evidence-based research and practice model. No? So, ito po yung mga social emotional skills according to the study of Guerra 2014. Sabi ho dito, yung problem solving, lagi ho natin gagamitin itong sub-skills na to. Okay? Importante po yung the skills, the attitude, no? The belief, the behavior, no? So pag problem solving po, ang sub-skills po niya is social information processing skills, the ability to decide, no? And associated with the big five personality traits, this is all about talking about conscientiousness. Okay? So hindi ko ito madidiscuss lahat, no? Pero importante ho na i-chunk down po natin yung mga socio-emotional skills and integrate ho natin ito sa ating mga intervention programs and of course in our curricula. Ito po ang kailangan ngayon. Aside, pag nag-improve ho tayo ng curriculum sa eskwelahan, okay, importante ho na integrate natin ito. At pag sa bahay naman, importante rin ho na magbigay ho tayo ng mga exercises sa mga bata. Sa umaga, tanungin natin mga anak natin. For example, pag meron silang kunyari, nagfe-fail sila sa isang subject, ano yung mga gagawin nilang problem solving, or some ability na what are the things that they have to be thankful for every day. Tanungin niyo po yun sa kanila. What do they want as a career in the future? Okay? So, yan po yun. So, have it in the practice model and apply it. Okay? So, there's also what we call focusing on smartly timed intervention for specific socio-emotional skills. So, sabi ho dito, if the age of the kid is from 0 to 5, no? Yan po yun. Pag F, foundational. Okay? Pag O, optimal. And pag R, nire-reinforce. No? So pag 0 to 5 po, ang problem solving ay ano? It is a foundation of problem solving. So, kailangan yung mga activities natin are also into problem solving. Pinupundasyon po natin. Pag 6 to 11, this is the time for optimal development until 18 years old. At lagi ho natin tatandaan in the development of values, in the different human development theories, Havig-Hurst, no? Horney, no? Importante po that the 0 to 12 are really the formation of values as well in the character strengths. And of course, 19 to 29, yan po yung mga college students na natin. Yan po yung nire-reinforce natin. Kaya po, sa curriculum natin sa college, importante po na critical thinking and problem solving are integrated, and so on and so forth. Okay? Hindi ko na po yan masyadong i-discuss because of lack of time. Okay? And then, ito po yung ginamit ko na step-by-step framework, no? According to World Bank. Okay? So, dapat ho magkaroon din tayo ng mga modular programs. Hindi lang ho pwedeng, ang kailangan ho ng kabataan ngayon, especially when they come back in their schools, in their universities, no? Especially in August, importante po na magkaroon tayo ng mga modular programs or homeroom programs that are modular para po hindi po masyadong nasa-stress yung kabataan. Kailangan po meron tayong pang-harmonize or naturalize, no? In order for them to have what you call the safe space environment. No? And one of that is what you call with myself. Okay? Yan po yung module. And ang general skills po na tina-target dyan is self-awareness and self-regulation. And the specific skills are knowing your self-concept. Paano po ba yung self-concept? Tanungin niyo yung anak ninyo, anak, bakit ka gwapo? Ano yung mga bagay na nakakagwapo sa'yo? Okay? Ma, my eyes, I got it from you. Magaling ako sa math. No? My kids, my eldest is good into art and somewhat religious. Yung isa ko namang pangalawa is into music. Yan. Okay? So these are the other modules, working with others, and of course with other challenges, how to solve problem. Okay? And you have to have modules for that, tap the general skills, and then go for the specific skills. Okay? And you have to have some pre-assessment and post-assessment there. Okay? And then, of course, I'll be tackling next week the mindsets. No? So one of the activities that we have next week is mindset. So sino ang manonood next week? Hi to Dr. Leo. Maraming salamat po, no, for watching. Ma'am Gina, Jedi, okay? Eileen. Okay? So sino ang manonood? Pwede ba kayo yan mag-wave? Yan. Maraming salamat ho. Okay? So we'll be talking about next week the fixed mindset and the growing mindset. Uy, Doc Estrella, my idol and my mom. Sir Gilbert Magtibay. Okay? Magbibigay ho tayo ng certificate later after may nagtatanong na kasi ng certificate. Pag nag-fill out po kayo ng feedback form later, mamaya po isasend po namin yung link. Okay? So pag fixed mindset, ito po yung may tendency ng medyo arrogance and medyo kayabangan. And then the growth mindset are the people who are humble and open to learn. Okay? And then Sabi ko sa pag-aaral dito, okay, that we have to go for, hi baby, my kids are watching. Halika mag-hi ka dito. Okay? So we go for the mindset intervention. Okay? So we go for experimental and control group. So pwede po kayong mag-pilot ng module ninyo. Ito pong first grading period or first sem. And you can check a lot of activities po, no? Sa www.mindsetworks.com, okay, or Brainology. So pag excited ho kayo dyan, I'll be imparting that next week. Ha? Yan. Inaanak ko, binobola ako. Wonderful session daw. Maraming salamat. Okay. Of course, importante din po yung 5 Minds for the Future, also anchored with social-emotional learning by Dr. Howard Gardner, okay? That we have to teach our children in our activities, day-to-day encounter activities with our children, no? Of course, sa school, our curriculum, our activities, yan po yung tinatawag na being disciplined, okay? And being ethical. Importante po yung hindi pasaway yung kabataan. Ganon din po yung mga magulang at mga teachers, counselors, no? Okay? Respectful. No? Always remember that respect cannot be demanded. No? That you have to earn it. Synthesizing mind, hindi ho yung laging naniniwala lang sa fake news, naniniwala sa mga tao na kung ano-anong mga negative influence ang sinishare. No? So intact the values. And of course, the creative decision making. Okay? Importante rin po dito yung safe. Yan po yung sinasabing interventions. S, kailangan po may sequence. Connected and coordinated activities. And you can integrate it also into science subjects. You can also integrate it into your math subjects, no? Yung mga social emotional skills, no? So hindi naman direct ingredient, but along the process, they will have self-awareness. Sa activities nyo, magkakaroon sila ng decision making at hindi po yung parang pinifeed nyo lang lahat, no? Kaya po yung collaborative learning are very important now. Ang pagle-lecture ngayon in an hour, usually mga 30 minutes na lang, no? Active forms of learning. So dapat ho may mga examples. Sila ho talaga yung hi to Belle, yeah, okay. Hi to Ate Cha, hi to Elizabeth, Mona Lisa, Dr. Susana, my mom, Jocelyn, okay. Focus. Dapat ho is at least one component that are emphasized in the personal and social skills. So meron ho kayong mga skills na dine-develop, okay? And of course, explicit, targeting the specific social and emotional skills. Okay? So ano ulit yung safe? Sequence, active, focus, and explicit. Okay? Ito naman ho, yung mga practical ways, no, na binaon ko rin ngayong araw na ito. So pwede ho ito sa bahay, pwede sa eskwelahan, pwede rin sa gobyerno, no? Pwede din sa community, sa simbahan. Meron din po tayong mga parishioners na nanonood ngayon, Couples for Christ community ko, okay? Diocese of Parañaque rin ho, okay? I invited them. Be intentional, social and emotional skills come up all the time in your group work, in your math classes, in your everyday day-to-day behavior. Kaya importante ho na maging matino tayong magulang every step of the way, no? Maging matino tayong teacher, counselor, no? Maging government leader, industry leader, no? Okay? Kasi every step of the way ang ating po mga anak, mga kabataan natin, okay? Sila po talaga yung ating dapat ini-inspire, okay? Create a warm classroom and family culture, yeah? So warm po, hindi po yung sobrang stricto na naiihina ho yung mga estudyante, okay? Pagising pa lang na umaga, pray and hug your family members, your children, even your yaya, no? Huwag po natin papatulan yung mga yaya natin. Okay? Focus on relationships and connection, positive connection. Hindi ho pala mura yung ating bahay, no? Dapat ho positibo lagi naririnig sa atin ng mga kabataan, and even our husbands, our wives, our parents. Of course, ang ating mga lolo't lola na pangalawang magulang din, lalo na yung mga yan, yung kumari ko na OFW, okay? Si Cheche, hi then dear. Syempre po, very challenging talaga sa mga OFW parents, and I cannot blame them kasi talagang they've been sacrificing a lot. So make discipline more inclusive, okay? So pag nag-discipline ho kayo, importante ho na ipaliwanag niyo sa kanya, tanungin niyo kung anong possible pros and cons, no? So, hi to Ma'am Judy, maraming salamat ho. Loy, Venel, okay, Dred, Ma'am Mildred, okay? Broaden your definition of student and child success. Hindi ho puro academic lang ang success ng bata. But of course, holistic development, no? Social, career, napili na ho ba niya yung career niya? Or minsan nakakalungkot kahit nagkita-12 tayo, mga mga grades 11 and 12, minsan hindi pa rin nila alam kung anong strand and program nila in college, no? And then advocate for change in the school, the home, and community. Kanino ho magsisimula yon? Hi, Ma'am Mylene from Bataan, okay? Roel, Samantha, Karen, okay? So kanino ho magsisimula yon, yung advocate for change? Sa atin po yon, no? Tayong mga magulang, okay? Tayong mga employees, tayo mga mentors, okay? So we are also going for positive education, that we are not just more on the achievement of the kids, no? Learning cognitive skills. Hindi ako naniniwala sa puro talino lang, no? But there should be one of the factors is of the well-being is socio-emotional skills, and character strengths, non-cognitive skills, and of course, happiness. Hi to Ma'am Annie, ate, okay? Kuya Kim, Sir Kim, okay? So, importante po in order for them to be free from mental health problems or flourishing life. Okay? And of course, isa ho sa activity, bakit ako nandito, I'm also promoting my career journey that we created for grade 7 to 10. And gagawin ko na rin ho yung kinder to grade 7. So it's a socio-emotional learning, character and well-being book. Modular po yan, no? Na naka-integrate po ang positive psychology, social emotional learning, whole child education. And ang royalty ko po dyan, okay? Ang royalty ko dyan is pag bumili ho kayo, makakatulong kayo hindi lang sa pamilya ninyo, hindi lang para matulungan niyo yung mga anak nyo at ang mga estudyante nyo maging matino, pero I've donated it also to the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association to create mental health programs and well-being programs in the country. No? So, pag bumili ho kayo, makakatulong pa ho kayo. Okay? So, bili ho kayo niyan. No? So, all national bookstores and of course, all Rex bookstores nationwide, meron din ho silang online in the world, no? So, nagbibigay din ho sila in Asia, no? Etc. Okay? So, just pray for me that I can make the kinders to 7, no? And definitely my advocacy is really for the youth and the family. So, engage your children and students with the intent to welcome, provide guidance and support. Okay? So you are not just the second mentor, you are definitely, no? Hindi na ho tayo nagti-teach ngayon, but it's more on mentoring, no, and coaching tayo. That's the effective, no, teaching strategies. Hi to Ate Nancy, yeah, Loy. Hi to Ate Annie, okay? And our approach is that we should be student and child-centered, okay? So kapakanan ho ng ating estudyante ang pinaka-importante, kahit I know napakahirap pong maging magulang ngayon, no? At maging teacher at professional ngayon. Okay? We have to be competency-based. Mag-aral ho tayo na mag-aral. No? Magbasa ho tayo, lalo na ho ng mga libro. At hindi ho puro social media. Dapat ho yung mga evidence-based and always provide a choice to your children and your students. Hindi ho tayo magde-decide for them. Okay? And because of that, kung magiging maayos ho ang ating mga programa, magiging magandang example ho tayo, we are humanistic, and we are the example of social emotional learning, magkakaroon ho tayo ng resilient and educated, a resilient educator and parents as well, that are in the ecological perspective, deeply committed, enjoys change, no? There's no bias for optimism, okay? Yung minsan, no, optimistic lang tayo sa ibang mga sitwasyon. Okay? Can control events, very agile and flexible. Yan din po yung pinaka-importante. And of course, the moral and importante rin, of course, spiritual, no? Pero of course, I also respect those who are hindi naniniwala sa Diyos. Pero importante sa well-being na sana in-nourish din natin yung moral and spiritual development natin. Hi to my inaanak, Rochelle. Okay. And make sure, always, nagsisimula ho sa atin yan para magkaroon ho tayo ng isang, no, estudyante at anak at mamamayang Pilipino that make sure that the message of love coming from us always gets through Our words, our actions, our behavior, our habits and character are all emanating from love, empathy, compassion, and kindness. Okay? And I always believe, I want to quote it, that where there is love, no, wala hong imposible. There's always miracle because God is love. Yeah. No? Yeah. So we'll now go to the questions and reflections. So kindly go to the comment box, no? If you have reflections. So sana ho positivity naman tayo. Sana avoid po natin ang mga negative sana, no? Okay? So if you have inquiries, I do hope that I can answer it, no? Okay? So for questions and reflections, just write it in your comment box. Yan. Hi to my dear tita from Washington. Grabe. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So maraming salamat po. Sige. Wait po tayo ng questions if you have questions or reflections. Sige. Para mas ma-motivate pa po tayo na mag-help niya. Sandali lang ho. Check ko lang po yung aking questions, no? And of course, to the Rex family, maraming salamat ho, okay, for inviting me. To my roadshow managers, Sigrid, Mark, yeah, maraming salamat. So, Juan Villarin, how can we strengthen the cell of our children if they came from broken families? So, sana ho, iwasan natin yung pagsabi ng broken families or they lose the light of the concept of family due to disappointments and lack of guidance. Actually po, napakahirap po talaga niyan, no? Pero pinaka-importante ho dyan yung forgiveness ng bawat isa. Okay? Isa ho yan sa character strength also in social emotional learning na kahit ho, hindi ho talaga ninyo na workout mag-asawa, pero ipakita nyo ho sa inyong mga anak na nag-forgive kayo, mahirap ho yan, no? Pero kahit ho kung di nyo ma-forgive kagad, sana ho civil kayo at hindi ho tayo. Dapat po, yeah, you say hi. Yeah, you say hi to them. You say hi to them, babe. Okay, my son is already calling me. So, importante po yung forgiveness, no? And we respect each other, lalo na ho pag nag-meet kayong mag-asawa, quality connections, being a better example, no? Kung nagkaroon ho tayong ng mga kasalanan, no? Sa ating mga anak, wag na ho nating dagdagan, okay? So, I do hope that I answered that, Sir Juan, okay? Mabibigay ho agad, sabi, sa certificate po, pero in-need nila i-fill out ASAP ang feedback, no? Yan. Last 10 minutes na lang daw ako. Okay? To Paul, hi to Paul, no? Paul Q, I think now that we are in ECQ, all these things should be brought down to the barangay level since kids are staying more time at home now. Yeah, importante ho ngayon kahit sa mental health program, no? Importante ho talaga yung mga community-based programs. So, makipagtulungan ho tayo. Sana yung mga, even yung mga SK natin ngayon, sana yung mga programa nila more on well-being programs. No? Isa ho ito na sana gumawa din ng mga modules ang mga barangay. Hindi lang ang eskwelahan, pati po ang mga eskwelahan, etc. Okay? And then, isa pa ho, okay? Ayan, what are the relationship between, isa na lang ho, last, kasi ho, kailangan ko na mag-cut kasi may next event pa tayo. May next event pa po yung Rex. Relationship between emotional quotient and parental involvement. Actually po, isa ho sa pag-nourish ng emotional quotient is kailangan ho yung quality connections from the parents. So, hindi ho nila mahuhun yun nang wala ho silang example. Kasi pwede ho nilang makita ito sa negative social media, pwede ito makita sa negative TV, no? So, dapat ho kayo po yung absolute truth, kayo po yung example. So, you really have to walk the talk, okay? So, to wrap it up, no? Sana po every day, as mentor, as parents, as moms, no? As a better Pinoy, no? Importante po that we have to be a better example and we have to be inspiring so that we can develop, no? Indirectly, lahat ng kabataan, lahat ng nakatingin sa atin, no? Para mas ma-develop yung social emotional learning, especially in terms of self-awareness, in terms of self-regulation, how do we control our anger? Okay, yung pagpila lang ho natin sa LRT, or pagpila ho natin sa mga linya. Wag ho tayong reklamador, no? Tingnan ho na muna natin. Positive relationship to all our loved ones and even our connections to other people, our classmates, our co-employees, no? So sana hindi tayo sinusukan ng ating mga co-employees. Of course, decision making. Wag ho tayong pabigla-bigla, wag tayong impulsive. Pag-aralan ho natin kung makakasakit ito sa kapwa, no? At hindi ho laging sariling interest, no? So I do hope at this today, sana ho nabigyan ko kayo ng knowledge. Sana ho nabugyan ko rin kayo ng little skills, no? And I do hope at the end of this activity, I do hope that you appreciate the value of social emotional learning sa pagpapalaki ho ng ating mga estudyante at kabataan. Okay? So I do hope that we should be what we call an advocate, not only not only a professional or not only a parent, but a professional parent who is advocating, no, for the family, professional responder, and a professional advocate. So God bless you all. Maraming salamat po for sticking with me